as per usual, I'm not organised, and she's not very happy with me because I'm never ever organised. I always do things on the fly. It's what I do, and it does work sometimes, and then sometimes it doesn't work. But there you are. 2 seconds, and we're there. Here we are. Just get rid of that. We're live. There we are. There you are. Welcome to Saturday Morning Live. This will be going out now to some people now, and they'll start picking up the link. So I'm just going to, like I always do, just going to tune in now and log on to my desktop so I can actually see what people are talking about. And because I can't see it on here because it's better on the big screen. We've got one live viewer. G'day, how you doing? Whoever you are, just send us a message now and just let us know who you are, what you're doing. Let's have a look now. I got it. Here we go. View your channel, and we're live on there. Here we go. Saturday Morning Live. There we are, live. I'm live. Just turn that down, and I can see Lynn. How you doing? I'm live. Just turn that down. See. There you go. I can see Lynn's joined us. Lynn Hill. How you doing? Five viewers. Look, if you can, just send us a little message so I can respond to you. I'm going to just say good morning on here now, just to let you know I had a late night last night, and I am with it. I'm on the ball this morning because I'm here. Let me just see if I can just... There we are. Good morning. There we go. Thank you for joining. Well, I said last week, this is the third week in the row now that I would go live, and I'm back into it now. I'm going to keep these live streams going, and hopefully we'll be able to do a live stream from an action-packed site at some point in the future. But thanks for joining this morning. I said to you last week that I'm going to continue with this. I'm going to try and help as many people as I can. Good morning, Mario. How you doing? I'm going to try and help as many people as I can, whether it's a consumer or a contractor or anything, even suppliers, you know. So yeah, just I want to sort of help people like I did before, you know. I was off for just a quick reminder. I was off for some time because I had blood clots in my lungs, and I was in a bit of a mess after an operation. I had pneumonia and sepsis, but I'm better now, sort of. I'm getting back on the road. My health is okay. Oh, and but they tell me I'm fit. That's the thing. I've had one of those CPAC tests where they put you on a bike and they test you, and I'm back to some sort of normality, but still have the pains in my chest. But they tell me that that's just what you expect. Lynn says I've been fighting MS for over 50 years and uncovered all the truth in living proof with my George Ebers and Matt Embry. That's interesting, Lynn. I'm sorry that you're going through that, but thanks for joining this morning. And look, if you ever want to chat about what you're going through, if anybody wants to chat about what they're going through, if they have any problems and any difficulties, I'm here to help. I've always been somebody you can listen. There's somebody who'll listen to you and try and help you, and try and get you back on the right road, or try and give you the support that you need. So. Well, here we are. It's been a difficult week for me because I've been on the Wednesday. They had me back in the hospital to do some tests. Then on the Thursday, and then it was absolutely hammering down. I mean, we put a sheet up, but it was difficult without a doubt. It was really difficult. Take care with your health. I'm trying to. Tommy Burford's joined us this morning. Tommy, oi oi, how's it going? That Cardiff boy. Thanks for joining this morning. We've got 13 live viewers. We got to get back into the swing of this with these live streams now, whereas before, you know, we had a good following, but unfortunately, like I said, I don't want to keep going on about it, but I was ill, so I come off it for a while. I had to sort of you know, just take it easy, and like Lynn said, that, you know, I needed to rest. But there you go. Last week I pleaded with you, and I requested that if you've got a t-shirt that you'd want me to wear, send it to me. And what's the topic, Spartan? Well, the topic is you guys. You make the topic. You make this live stream. And what I was saying last week, we covered lots of things. That's the thing about these live streams is It bounces around because everybody's got an opinion on something. Hey, I'm no hero. Look, I'm here for everyone, and we can talk about anything that you want to talk about. But let's just remind us of where we were last week with the live stream. And I actually requested. Thank you, Lynn. I requested, is there anybody that would like me to wear their shirt on the live stream? And I requested for you guys to send me one. Mario, you never sent me a t-shirt. I need a t-shirt of your business I can wear on the live stream. But as it happens, this morning, this live stream now is being supported by, there they are, Start Safety. I always get it wrong. There we are. Look, let's go to the camera there. Start Safety. That's those guys. It's not being sponsored, like official sponsor. We're not getting paid for this. But what they've done is they want to give something away. So without any further ado, garden design software, what do you recommend? Yeah, well, there's lots out there. Let's just go on there. Pranita Pahatana. Sorry if I got that wrong. Zubin Greg died. Who's Zubin? So my question is, how do you feel about people not being vaccinated in the States? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Really, we have an opinion in our own country, but look, listen, I'm not going to comment on that sort of stuff anyway, because this is not what this is about. There we are. That's the Start Safety site, and hopefully somebody will be able to share a link, unless I'll be able to do it at the moment. They're Start Safety. They're down in Worcester. They do all sorts of things. They kindly sent me, and I'm going to do this now. Look at this. Whoa. Take this off now. Put the Start Safety t-shirt on. I said I would have one. There we go. Look at that. Cover that belly up. Look, there we are. Look at that t-shirt. Massive thanks to James there at Start Safety for my t-shirt. Don't I look smart? Do you wear branded products on your jobs? I've got lots of t-shirts and stuff, but I need to replenish what I've got. But there you go. Look at that. Start Safety. Really proud of it. It looks smart, don't I? Look at that. Or do I? Also, I want to know. Jack Maystick is on there. Morning, Johnny. Nice to see you back. Keep watching your old videos when I'm looking for advice. Looking forward for new tips. Do you know, Jack? I can honestly say is that I'm changing all that YouTube stuff from where it was in the past, and I'm just fed up with all the time lapse. Everybody's doing it now. It's not unique no more, is it? It's not unique. He is a singer, believe me. Please believe. Yeah, absolutely. Look, there we are. So today I want to be giving away, maybe I can give this away, or maybe I don't know. But what I can give away at the end of the live stream, there we are. I've been talking about respirators for some time now. And the reason I've been talking about respirators, simply because back in the 80s when I started in this industry, believe it or not, I don't look that old, do I? I look, look at me. Looking good. All those years ago, nobody ever really talked about PPE. It was just, I don't know what it was. They didn't enforce it on sites like they do now, and now, without a doubt, Matt Potter's joys, the Silver Fox. Thank you, Matt. Yeah. Good to see you, Matt. We'll have to have a chat sometime. Look, they never talked about it. They never enforced it like they do now. If you went on a site now, I mean, it's like as if you were going into space, everything that they do. And it's good in some respects. The majority of the time, it's absolutely perfect. But we never really, don't know, it wasn't our fault, but we just didn't know about it. We weren't really educated. There was health and safety stuff going on, but not in the way it is now. Be honest. Some people don't believe me that that's the way it was, but it was. It was just nobody ever enforced nothing. You'd walk onto a site, they'd have those big boards up on site explaining about site traffic and how you moved around, and we never even wore hard hats. I don't know if I think about it. You'd always see the site agent. I remember he worked for Bovis at the time. He's a lad from Essex. His name was Mick Ayres. I used to play football with him down there in Whittam in Essex. And I remember Mick used to have this red hard hat, and you could see him coming across the site. So No, we weren't even wearing hard hats, and I can't even remember. If somebody can tell me, Mario, you remember, yeah, the hard hats. When do they actually come in on site? It'd be interesting to know. Richard Evans says, "BRB lads, I'm off for a quick poo." There you go. Got to say it as it is, haven't I? Yeah, Matt Potter, Silver Fox, just see who's on here now at the moment. Just it's always good to read a few comments before we get on with this now. Mario Rizzi, whenever a client asks how do you lay patios, I tell them to watch your videos, and that's how we do it. Oh, that's interesting. Thanks for that. Do you know, I did some good videos years ago, and I seemed to have the time for it, put it together, but it took up so much time. It was so consuming, and I might get back to it. But if I'm going to get back to that sort of stuff, I want to do it in a different way to where it was before, like. So Andy Edwards joined us this morning. You're back. Can only stay for a minute, unfortunately. No problem, Andy. Good to see you. That's Andy Edwards there down in Malvern near Worcester. If you're looking for a landscape contractor down there, somebody who can actually deliver, somebody that you trust, all right, it's Andy Edwards. George on Duro, how important is health and safety to you? Well, do you know, George, that is a very, very good question. It is massively, important to me. It's important to me because I want to be around my family as I get older, okay? I'm not getting older, I am old. And certainly years ago, we never even thought about it. And I've been guilty of, without a doubt, that I should have done a little bit more with this sort of stuff. Respirators and goggles. The times I spent in Newport, in the Gwent, because I had something gone in my eye. And now, it's like I said the other week, we got to think of it like being like the highway code book. We got to make sure that we put our glasses on, put our gloves on when required, put a hard hat on, and put a respirator on, certainly when we're cutting. So last week, or for a few weeks now, I've been using, well, for a while now actually, I've been using this JSP 4-state half mask, okay, respirator from Start Safety. I'm going to see if I can get that up on the link now at the moment. All the boys, anyone that works for me, we make sure that they're kitted out as well. And the thing I thought about, I know Tommy's on here at the moment. Tommy, I must start wearing, even if it's not a hard hat, because that's going to fall off when you're cutting, but some sort of beanie hat or something, just to keep the dust off my head, because I look even more dusty. And then the dust is coming off after you take the mask off. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Our health and safety is so important. So I'm going to be giving one of these away. So if you've got anything to say now, right, anything to say positive, okay, on this live stream about masks, I'm going to have a look at all the comments now as we go, and I'm going to be giving one of these away. I'm going to give one of these away, and all you have to do is the first one, I think. Should we have the first one, or we'll pick a number randomly? So drop us an email, info@greentoplandscapes.co.uk. That's the email, or you can go to the website. You can do it that way, www.greentoplandscapes.co.uk. And remember, there is a promo code if you go to the Start Safety website. I think it's JB05 or JB007, but I can let you know what it is. But pop over to the Start Safety website. I'm going to try and get that up in a moment so you can click on it and have a look. Michael Purden said hi. Hi, Michael. How's it going? Tommy Burford said, health and safety always comes first, Johnyboy. Without a doubt. We got to think of it like the highway code book. But I'm going to give this away. Somebody next week is going to be receiving this half mask, all right? That's what I've done. Hopefully, we can give one of those away. And the other thing, what we're going to give away, right? Because I'm good. We're going to give away one of these. This is a Snicker top. We're going to give one of these away. Just tell me what your size is, and we'll try and get that off to you as well. So it's like Christmas today. That's all I can say. A half mask and some t-shirts. We're going to make sure that it's going to be worthy and worth it for you guys to sort of start joining these live streams. I'm getting my words a little bit muddled on here. Health and safety is vital, says Lynn. Yeah, absolutely. Love the top. Thank you very much. It looks good, doesn't it? Neil says, I've got t-shirts on order so I can see the great man in Daisy's services top. Look, if you are a consumer joining this live stream at the moment, There is no doubt that there are people from all over the country, all over the world that's actually joining us now as well. But if you're looking for a contractor now, and you're a consumer and you're watching this live stream, just do a request now. If you need some advice, just do a request now. You can either email me, info@greentoplandscapes.co.uk, or you can go on in and you can ask a question. I was born on Christmas Day, says Lynn. Were you really? That's interesting. That's unusual. Christmas comes early a lot. Yeah, it does. Michael Casey, I'll have one and wear it when bringing out your tea and biscuits. Now, for all of you watching this live stream now at the moment, Michael is our customer at the moment, and Michael and Lynn have been absolutely fantastic. And what I would say to any potential consumer out there, for a client, for any contractor, treat your contractor with a little bit of respect, as these guys do. They bring us tea and bring us toast. It's not about that, but they're such nice people. They're decent people. They care for their contractor. We got 20 live viewers joining this morning, and we've got a thumbs up. Listen, that's what we never said before. Give it a like there, and give this look. There we are. I'm going to show you how to do it. Look. I'm giving this channel some love now. So if you're on there, if you can do it, right? If you can do it, give this channel some love now. Give it a like and give it a share. Algoon says, a distinguished gentleman you are. Oh, thank you very much. Joe, why can't people be nice and decent? If you've got anything to say, anything you want to talk about, any subject, any topic that you feel that you want to try and get off your chest, you're worried about something, you're frustrated about something that's going on, let us know. I'm just going to turn the camera a little bit so you can actually see the t-shirt and the mask here. There we are, from Start Safety, GSP. Get over to their website. And that's what I'm going to do now. Do you know, the most important thing is not to rush this live stream. And I'm not going to do it because I always feel that you're going to go. And if you go, that's fine. There's no problem with that. Go off, get a cup of tea, come back, come and join us. If you're looking for a contractor in Cardiff, Neil was on there then. Neil from Daisy's. Great guy, you know. He may not want to do all the work that you got proposing to him, but there's lots of work he can do for you. He's very professional at what he does, and he's a decent guy. He's a nice guy. Just read some of the comments on here now. George Arduro Manesh says, how do I get started in landscaping? Should I outsource or do it myself? Are you thinking about going into business? That's what I want to know, George. And George, where are you from? Let's get a link now on here now to this live stream of Start Safety in Worcester, simply because they're nice guys. They are decent guys. Oh my God, that's a long, so I can just click on that one. There we are. Let's come back to the live stream now. I'm just try and get that on there now. That's a long domain name. Let's just paste on there. It is a long one. I don't think it'll allow me to do it. So let's just delete that now. I've lost you now. Hold on a sec. One sec. I'll be back on here. Just I want to try and say thank you to Start Safety and sort of, let's just delete that now. We'll get I don't know if anybody else is out there now, whether you can just get the link up for Start Safety, because that domain name just seemed so long. I don't know, you get a short domain name. Sometimes when you click on it, it just comes up and it says it's just a couple of one, but this just seems ridiculously long. Let's have a look now. Yeah, that's just ridiculous. Start Safety. There we are. I'm going to start. I'll just get the name of the company out. You can have a look at it then. There you are. You just see it there. Start Safety. There's the name. I even spelled that wrong again. I haven't got my glasses on. If anybody else can get the link up to that company, Start Safety, that'd be great. Give them some love this morning. Yeah. Topics of conversation. James Martin is on, TV chef. I met him on the cruise ship Britannia. Do you know, Lynn, I actually love James Martin. I love it. I love when people talk about other things, not just landscaping. That's what this podcast is about. I don't know what your thoughts are, because we've got 16 live viewers. We've had 3 likes on here. Now, give us some love. Give the channel some love. I'm going to start doing a lot more giveaways on this channel. Not because I'm desperate for an audience, because I just feel that when you take time to join in our live stream, I just feel that we need to excite the show up a little bit, and give something back to you guys, because you're worth it, and you are, without a doubt. Start safety. I honestly was born on Christmas Day, says. I believe you, Lynn. I believe you. He was so nice to me. I had pics taken with him. Lynn, whereabouts are you across the country? I want to know where people are calling in from this morning. Algon says, the distinguished gentleman. It's good to read people's comments on here this morning. I just want to start giving back to, whether it's a consumer, all right, whether it's a contractor. Let's promote, okay, let's remind people of where you should be and things that you should be doing. The one message was there just then about, George says, about how do I get started in landscaping? Should I do outsourcing or do it myself? Well, George, it's a difficult thing. It depends what your client base is, and whether you can facilitate those jobs. Outsourcing is absolutely fine, but you've got to make sure that you choose the right contractor for your job. You don't want things to go downhill, because they will go downhill really, really fast if you don't deliver, okay? If you don't deliver, and you'll just get a bad name. So you've got to be able to work with a contractor that has the ability to deliver to the standard that your client is looking for. And if they're paying good money for it, if they're paying any money whatsoever, you just got to make sure that you deliver. It's as simple as that. That you see so often. This week alone, let me tell you a little story. This week I went and seen a client this week, and they've had some work done, but the contractor used different batch numbers for a driveway. There was different batch numbers, and they had bricks from different suppliers, and they just didn't blend in at all whatsoever. And sometimes more than often, when you're laying block paving on a driveway, especially when it's wet, you don't actually notice the difference in colour. But as soon as it was dried, they had some efflorescence on one patch. I think it was old stock. Efflorescence can occur in lots of things, but I think that this one product, or the one batch, the one pack of blocks, or a couple of packs of blocks, had come from another branch, and it doesn't look good at all. The customer's not happy with it, so we got to try and blend it in. So we're gonna have to see what's available, okay? Lay them down as a sample, okay? Try and get the same brand, okay? But it doesn't look good at all. So you got to dry lay some out, see what they look like when they're dry, because the wet just hides things. I don't know what you actually think about it, but it does hide things. Andy Header says, I am XL, mate. Right, coffee finished, got to go. No problem at all, and yeah. Look, listen, we got a t-shirt to give away, and we got this half mask to give away from JSB. Drop me an email, info@greentoplandscapes.co.uk. You can go to the website, which is www.greentoplandscapes.co.uk. And listen, I'd love if you could just pop over to the website and have a little look at our website, and just cast your eyes over it. Tell me what you think. And if you feel that there's some changes that we should be doing, let us know, okay? Let us know. Lynn says, I love gardening. Lots of my legs don't work no more. Sorry about that, Lynn. But you can still enjoy the garden, can't you? You still get it there. I have a lovely disabled bungalow, and I had masses help to do. Lynn, I feel for you. Listen, I'm glad you joined this morning. I love it when people come on here and we have that interaction. It's so good. And she lives in Leicester, in Blabby, wherever that is. Neil from Daisy says, JB, the weather was just too much this week, and I'll be honest, was very expensive for me personally, trying to juggle labourers and wishing the weatherman could just get 24 hours forecast right. Yeah, it is. It was just horrendous, wasn't it? The way it rained was just incredible. We haven't had no rain for some time now, and when it did rain, it actually come down totally. Mr. Lincoln there, you like NASCAR? Hi, do you like NASCAR? Do I like NASCAR? Yeah, I do like NASCAR. NASCAR's good. Where are you calling from? G Lincoln, where are you messaging from? Where are you watching this live stream this morning? And what's your plans for the rest of the day? Just give us this channel a bit of love now. What's going on here? Yeah. Oops. There we go. Lost it again. Just get back on there. So the idea is that we're going to start giving a lot more away on here. So hopefully some recipient is going to receive this now this week. And a t-shirt as well. We're going to have two people we're going to give it to. No problem at all. Blabby Leicester. Yeah, fantastic. Mario Ritchie says, BBC weather app, very accurate. Check it every day. Tommy uses a little app. It's not the BBC one. He uses an app. I mean, it literally is just, it's on the ball. It really is all the time. It tells us literally within minutes if we're going to have a shower and if it's going to be in a certain area as well. The graphics are incredible on there. Mr. Lincoln says, I'm from Sydney, Australia, looking forward to the NASCAR playoffs. Do you know, Mr. Lincoln, I don't know what your first name is, right? But we were in Australia probably about 7-8 years ago, and we worked in Rouse Hills, Castle Hills, Parramatta, around those areas. I don't know if you're familiar with it. Kushai Astaris says, hi, what's up? What's this about? This is just my live stream on a Saturday morning live. It's about contractors and consumer and obviously health and care for everybody else. Neil says, BBC weather app for Wales is appalling. Yeah. It's terrible. I totally agree. I have lots to send to you via email. Lynn, looking forward to it. Send it over. Yeah, the weather. We always talk about the weather every day when we have conversation with people on a day-to-day basis. The weather always comes into it, doesn't it? It's what makes our day, you know. And it was incredible on Friday how hot it was. And let's hope next week, Neil, is looking good. We got good weather coming next week, and we'll be able to make some progress again. It's amazing. We don't want it too hot like it was in the summer, because that also can actually slow you down as well. But we need half decent weather. It's not, you know, we're entering a time of the year now where normally we have the sun comes out and it's nice and crispy and fresh, and you see the leaf change, the leaves started dropping, and all those aces that you see, all those trees where the starches and they go bright oranges and reds, they look absolutely amazing. So what I would say, if you can, get out, have a look, start appreciating the change. We do like seasonal interest. It is just so important. And certainly when we're building gardens, this is something, when we have these conversations about the weather and what we do and what we see, this is where we start bringing it into the garden. These elements that are so important, creating a garden with seasonal interest, and rather just making it look all green all year long. We don't want that. We want seasonal interest. We want the leaves to drop off. We want the impact planting of the bulbs underneath pushing up through. That's what we need to see. Neil says, yeah, next few weeks are settled and can thankfully get things done. Lynn says, I won an England football shirt and later sent it signed for me for Christmas Day birthday. Fantastic. When was that, Lynn? I want to know when that was. I have lots to send, she says. Lynn, let's have a look at the picture of that shirt as well, what the England team actually sent you. Look, it's so important. Steve Burrows is joining. Morning, mate. Can we have an update on the progress of your garden? Yeah, the garden is, I tell you where we are with it, Steve, mate, is that the garden, the footprint is all done, okay? There is one area that I haven't grouted, and then what I have to do is there's the 2 paths that we have to brush. I've used, great question, Steve, or request. I've used some Egyptian limestone there from Forest Stone, and they're a nice little cobble. I think they're called the Windsor. So pop over to Forest Stone, have a look on their site. And the slab that I've used, or the tile we should say, as a lot of people refer it to, was the earth grey. It was a 1.2 by 600 and very modern, contemporary. We've done it in a half bond, not a 3/4 bond. And a lot of people say that with a half bond, you're going to have lipping. because of the crowning. If there is any lipping, it's probably a mil, you know. And how much difference does that make, a mil or 2 mil? I don't. You don't want to be tripping over. We don't want a trip hazard, but I like the half bond effect, and it worked for me. So, and they were from Tiles DIY. If any of you guys want to know what actually, you know, what products I've actually used in my garden. So what I've got, Steve, basically, I've got all the paving done. I've got the plaster done. The lawn is looking amazing, right? The one area has to be grouted, but I don't think I'm going to get it done at the moment until we have some dry weather. I've got to power wash it all out, and then we got to let it dry. You don't want to be grouting patios. When you've washed out, you've got to have those joints dried. And then I've got the raised bed. I'm using a QR quartz render from EcoRend, and it's a 3-part system. You can actually slurry the walls, and you don't have to worry about slurrying the back of the wall. So if you've got an existing wall that you don't want to dig down behind, or you can actually slurry the front of it, and nothing will permeate through. But you've got to make sure that your joints are filled. And I'm learning that now, because sometimes when I put the blocks down, not that I don't fill the perps up and the beds up, but sometimes you have the odd little bit that there's a little hole or something. You've got to make sure all those joints are filled, and you joint it all up and make sure that you don't get any penetration coming through there. And then it's the 3-part system. So you have the slurry coat, then you have a base coat, and it's more like an adhesive as opposed to like sand and cement. And then we've got the QR quartz, goes on at about 1.5 mil to 2 mil thick. You don't want to be laying putting on any thicker than that. And I've done that recently, and I made that mistake, and it was just too thick, and it takes a long time to dry. You're looking at a mil. It seems incredible, doesn't it? 1.5 mil to 2 mil thick, right? That takes 24 hours to dry. And I was putting on about 10 mil thick. It was ridiculous. Only because I was in an awkward position. It was down on the ground. It was a raised bed, and I made a mistake, and I had to go back, take it off, and redo it. Lou Ruddock, Johnyboy, how's it going, Louis? Louis Ruddock, Louis, where you at this morning? What you doing? I love looking at gardens. Yeah, we all do, Lynn. Our back garden view are outstanding. Lynn, I want to see it. I want to see more about what you're actually doing. Our customer at the moment, Michael and Lynn, I mean, they're fantastic people. They've got an absolutely beautiful product we're using at the moment. They're a 90 by 90, 2 cm. Again, they're from Tiles DIY. You'll be able to go to their website and have a look. I don't know if I should be sharing their website now, but maybe we will. Let's see if we can get the Tiles DIY website. But the tiles that we're using on there it's called the Royal Terrazzo from Tiles DIY, and they're a 90 by 90, which is a big square unit, and they look honest. They look fantastic. I absolutely love them, and I think that what we're going to start seeing a little bit more of, we're going to start people have pushed to porcelain now from sandstone, but then people tell me that a lot of people going back to home stone, I think, and more natural stone, and it's just, I think it's good, okay, right? But I think still at the moment, I think without doubt that I'm just trying to copy that on there now so we can. No, it won't do it. It won't do it again. Let me just see if I can just get Tiles DIY. You can have a look on there now. I think that natural stone is fantastic. It really is. But for me, it does get dirty quick, and it pulls all the muck down. And with the porcelain, is that it's going to get dirty, but you've got to spend a little bit more time cleaning it on the top. Everything needs to be clean. Even a new car needs to be clean. So we use the earth grey from Tiles DIY. There, well, it's just on there now. I've just put, just so you can see and understand what I'm actually saying. It's Tiles DIY, and they're a fantastic product, good company to work with, and you may get a discount as well with them. So if you just joined us now, if you're a contractor, or even if you're a consumer and you're thinking about getting your garden done and you're looking for a decent porcelain product and good service, and people talking, but there's something I've noticed. They're an Italian product. It's called Royal Terrazzo from Tiles DIY. They're 90 by 90, but there's no doubt, right? They are really robust. Though we look after the paving when we're moving it around, okay, and the last thing you want to be doing with porcelain is chipping it, right? But they seem to be really, really tough. They really are. And I would say there are companies out there that are producing porcelain that isn't as good as what you probably think it is. And certainly, and when the process with porcelain tiles is it gets cooked at very high temperatures. All right, I mean very high temperatures, like 1200 degrees centigrade, something like, I hope I've got that right now, but at high temperatures. And I think that certainly with the Spanish and the Italians, it doesn't mean to say you're not going to get bad Spanish or Italian porcelain, but generally on the whole, it's a great product and it looks good. But I think it's the way they cook it sometimes will depend, and also what else they're actually putting inside that porcelain. And that's one of the reasons that I've spoke about wearing masks. You should be wearing masks to avoid getting silicosis, and certainly if you're using paints and all those other products that you need the mask for, right? But you don't want to be getting silicosis. But we also don't even know, right, what they're actually putting in some of these products. We just don't know. We can't guarantee. Nobody tells us what they're putting in. They'll tell us that it's made up in a certain way, but you never know what waste products in some of these third world countries, what they're actually doing out there. So just have a think about what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. Make sure you wear those masks, and we're going to keep going on about that all the time. It's great seeing so many people on here this morning, and I'm going to continue with this live stream. If there's anything that you want to talk about, don't forget to give this a like. Steve Burrows says, I'm thinking about buying a suction cup for slabbing, mate. What would you recommend? Listen, Steve, I'll be totally honest with you. You can get those grabber ones and the electric ones or the battery ones, right? But I just think you just need to go for a manual one. You know that batteries eventually they wear out, they're not good. Just use one of those just such rubies are good. I might even have one here if you want to pop up and see me sometime, Steve. There's probably one here for you. Maybe we'll give one away next week. I think so. Dan Procrastinators DIY. Hi, how's it going, bud? Good to join you. I'd love to know where people's from this morning. Let me know where you're from. Let's put a little reminder. Where are you? Yeah, tell me now. Let's just drop a comment. Give this channel a like. We're here for you. Do you know, I'm tempted to sort of go off. I don't know about all the contractors are actually watching this morning. Are you busy at the moment? That's what I want to know. Are you busy? And we haven't been so busy lately, and I don't know what's going on. Cardiff, says Tommy. We give Tommy some love. There we are. Look, great guy. Absolutely love the guy. Love his family. Love the kids. Steve Burrows is about 4 minutes away. Steve, pop down and see me, mate. I've got a suction cup here for you. We'll have a picture taken. I think there's a new one. We'll sort something out. Maybe I'll give a suction cup away next week. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but we'll probably give a suction cup away next week. That'd be a good idea, actually. Steve, pop down and see me. You know where I am. I share all my address online. I share my number. I give my number. If anybody wants to give me a call at any point in the future, my number is 07795 595 994. Dan says, this is what it's all about. Dan says he's from Milton Keynes and struggling to figure out how much I should spend on my 250 millimeter. Is that 250 millimeter garden retaining wall replacement? Dan, let's have a chat, mate. Not that I'm going to come and do it. Let's have a chat. I'd love to have a chat. Give us a call today. Dan, this is my number for you. 077 995 595 994. Anyway, I got it right. You have to excuse me. I'm not wearing my glasses this morning, but these aren't mine. They're Alison's. Don't tell her I said. I can see things a little bit better like this, but obviously on the close-up, I do need glasses. Dan, give me a ring. Let's discuss it. Let's see if I can help you. This is what this channel's about. It's about helping people. 16 live viewers. We are live this morning from not the undisclosed location, but my office. Well, Alison's office as well. So this is Saturday morning live. This is the third one in a row now, and it's great that we've actually doing these live streams. I hope Neil is still on here at the moment. From Daisy's in Cardiff. I'm glad that Tommy's there and joining us as well. But just let me know if there's anything that I can help you with. We'll be able to do it. Don't forget, give this channel a like. This is how you do it. You just do it like that, and you give it I don't know if you can do it, Tommy. If you can get on there and just give it a like. There's a little down the bottom right hand side. It's like a little smiley face. All those little cones. And big underspent. Oh, I lost that. Steve Burrow's on here. Look, listen. It's not like always I'll be able to come on here and I can be there. Well, that's some love now. Thank you very much. That's what it's not as if I can just roll this off. Like, it's not scripted. We're just going with the flow, going with what we're doing. We've been going live now for 40 minutes, and it's not an easy thing to do, but I love doing it. I love sharing, and we have lots of messages after of support for the channel, and it's so important as we got to keep getting the message out there. So if there's anything you want to talk about, we were talking about just then how a contractor had used a different batch number of blocks on an installation in Newport. It wasn't good at all whatsoever. So we've been asked to put it right. And it's a difficult thing to price. If you're a client or a consumer, it's not difficult to price. You come up with a figure, you try and work it out, you work on your hours that you're going to spend there, and the guys that you've got working with you, and on all your overheads. When I say it's not easy to work out, it is easy to work out, but it's an unusual one, isn't it, to go in and actually to try and, you're not like pricing the whole job. You're doing remedial work in essence, aren't you? And it's not. And I'll be honest with you, the company that actually the blocks come from, the manufacturer, I'm not going to mention them because I'm not here to shame anyone. It's not what we do. I'm actually shocked that they actually didn't do anything about it. So what I'm going to try and do, I did message a rep about it to see if they could help, because the customer had actually spoke to one of the reps of this company, the manufacturers, and they didn't want to help. So I'm going to go back to them again, and I'm going to shame them, but on the phone to them. Maybe, I don't know. I see how it goes and just see what they're doing. Look, big hearts from Tommy. Just saying says, how would you design a garden when dealing with antisocial behavior, such as spraying water over the fence? That's not good at all. I'll be honest, I don't know, just saying, I don't know where you're from, but that's not good at all. Lynn Casey, I sent my thumbs up and love art. There we are. I'll give Lynn a love art. Look, what sent my garden. Thank you very much, Lynn. I'll have a look at that now. Just saying says, how would you design a garden when dealing with antisocial behavior, such as spraying water over a fence? I don't think, to be honest, what do you do with a garden when somebody's spraying water over the fence? It's not good at all. It's just not nice, is it? This is what people have to. How many guys have been out there? And I'm going to try and answer that in a minute. I don't know what you even do about that. Like, just phone the police and film it, video it. That's what it's about. We got to video everything that's going on. But you see this all too often on many projects. You hear it through neighbours. There's always something going on, and it's just not nice to. And it's just, I just don't understand. Why don't people let people live their lives? Let them get on with it. Like, you know what? I'm probably not the easiest person to get on with, but when I started the journey of building our garden, I actually invited one of the neighbours to come round so we could see what we were doing. I explained everything that we were using in the garden, what we were doing, what products we were going to use. Not that I had to, but I just had a common courtesy. I thought I'd do it, and I'll be honest, the neighbours, they're fine. There are some neighbours aren't my cup of tea, but I still show them respect. But I just think that it's so important. And there were things that when we invited one of the neighbours around, that they never actually liked what we were going to do and what we were proposing. And we've actually made some adjustments for them without them even knowing, because we care about things. But spraying water over a fence is not good at all, is it? Because it's just antagonistic. It just creates a bad vibe, a bad atmosphere, and it's just a shame that people have to go to that extent. I just think that what you need to do in that situation, you need to video it. I've been on many projects over the years where our client has informed us that there are problems with the neighbours. Certainly one of the biggest problems is through parking, but you know, they can't stop you parking outside the house on the road because you're paying your road tax. Hopefully, some of us are paying our road tax, and they can't stop you parking outside. And you know, they will attempt to sort of intimidate you on some occasions and ask you not to park outside there because you're blocking the light. That's what somebody said to me once, that my van was blocking the light into their living room. There was nowhere else to park. And so what I had to do, just to try and, I shouldn't have done it really, but I actually went around the corner and parked around the corner. But you want to keep an eye on your van because there's thieves around, isn't there? And it's such a shame that people have to take this position that you can't park outside the house. And you know, nothing's smooth in life, and we do have problems with people, all of us, you know, in some way. We're never gonna sort of gel in with everyone around us. But you've got to, you know, when I look back over the years, even for me, you know, certainly when I was younger, I had a short temper. I'm not like that now, and I'd be quite straight with people now, but I don't want to argue with people really. If you know, I want to try and avoid it if I can, and that's why he invited my neighbour around. There was things that he didn't like. He didn't like the thought of having a pitched roof. And if I would have known now under some of the planning consent that you actually have and what's permissible and what isn't, is that if I would have kept the outdoor kitchen probably a metre from the fence, I could have got away with a pitched roof. And I can't now because I've built the wall. I've built the kitchen area is going to be, so I'm going to have to put a flat roof on there. And sometimes, you know, I just feel as if I could put that pitch roof on there. It's so frustrating because that's what I wanted. I wanted that oak frame so it looked good, and you know, and it just looked attractive. And in a way, it's actually spoilt it for me now. In a way, not totally. I wouldn't allow people to spoil that for me, but the idea of building that pitched roof out there was that it looked good, it looked part, it's what I wanted. And now I ain't going to do it. And if he's watching this morning, if you want to come and see me and say, yeah, John, you can go ahead with it. The one neighbour was absolutely fine. He said, just do what you want. But you've got to remember, you've got to work within the guidelines of what the council set out. So you can go on there on the council, your local authority's website, and you'll be able to see about building control and what's permitted and what isn't permitted. I'm enjoying this live stream now. Yeah, that's a funny one. Lynn Casey says, I've sent my thumbs up for that, Lynn. Thanks very much. Lynn Heal there in Leicester says, sent my garden. Let's have a look. So I want to see what it looks like. I have lovely neighbours. I've scheduled hidden away. Good for you, Lynn. I'm going to have a little look if Lynn's actually sent that through. Look at the email now and just see what has come through. It's good that... there you are, Lynn. Let's have a little look. Lynn, I'm glad that you've actually joined this morning. I'm going to have a read of that later on. But really appreciate you sending an email this morning. And for all of you, you know, please get to the website. Go and have a look and tell me what you think. I want some feedback on the website. If you feel that I can improve the website, just let me know. The web address is www.greentoplandscapes.co.uk. Bally Johnson just joined us. Schedule isn't secluded. Schedule. I'm lost with that anyway. Anyway. Oh, there we are. I'm responding to somebody's spelling. No problem at all. Look, lots of things to talk about going forward. We're going to start doing a lot more giveaways. I definitely want to do the live stream from a studio, and we can just move around a little bit and show you some things and have some demonstrations and do some more giveaways. But Steve Burrows, pop down and see me. AMAC says, our garden is overlooked. Is there any regulations regarding how tall we can build a fence? Well, I can actually talk on it. We actually did a project in Blackwood years ago up the valleys, in the Welsh valleys, and all three neighbours got on very, very well with each other until the customer we were working for in the middle decided that he wanted to do his garden where the other gardens on the outer edge had done their gardens. It was on a terrace garden, and they had gone out a little bit with paving and a bit of a balcony. And then Mr. Jones, we were working for, I'm going to say his name, Mr. Jones, because I can, Adrian rather, he decided that he wanted to put a decked area out a little bit further, and we wanted to put a 3-tier system in so he could use the part of his garden and get down to the garden through this 3-tiered area. And no sooner than we started the work, the neighbour on the one side decided to have a little bit of a go and have a bit of a moan. And they'd been neighbours for 40 years. It's such a shame. And then the neighbour on the other side started having a go. So what we done, we went to the local authority. We asked them about the terraced areas that we do. There was a 3-layer terraced area and these steps took us down to each area. So what we had to do, we had to demonstrate that it was good for the environment. So each terrace, as it come up, instead of building walls and seeing a bank, what we done, we put like a mesh, a galvanized mesh, and it was in a meandering shape. It was 6 feet high, and then we filled it with plants and climbers that the birds would like. And it was a green wall, so there was 2 layers with green walls. It looked absolutely amazing, and it did work, and we got it passed. But one of the problems was that as you go out into the garden, because we've created this terraced area, obviously Adrian, or the customer we were working for, from the position, he could see back. If he turned around and walked back to his house, he could see the neighbours either side. So they complained about it. And when you have a bank going down, there is a little bit of flexibility, and they allowed us to go up to 2.4 meters high. So I've got to that point. They allowed us to go to 2.4 meters high. So generally, the fence in a garden is normally 1.8. But if there's a detour in the ground, in the elevation, there is a bit of flexibility because you cannot avoid it, okay? You cannot avoid it. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? You know, that's an actual good question. And these are the questions that come on up regular. But if you have any problems, what I would do is go to the local authorities, go to the website if you want, and you can have a look on there, and there will be some information about it. But if you're not sure, if you phone them, they'll pop out and they'll have a look, and they'll take, because the last thing they want is problems. You know, people coming back and then the neighbours fall out, because they do fall out, and then police are called, and it's not good at all. It's just, I think what you've got to try and do is you've got to sort of get to sort of like try and work something out with your neighbour and talk to them, get some dialogue going, because that's so important. But it goes on and it's not good at all. And once you've fallen out, you never recover it. It never gets back right, ever. Never will. Trust is lost. It's not good at all. Well, look, we've been going 53 minutes now, nearly 50. Well, there you are, 53 minutes now exactly. And I've enjoyed doing this live stream this morning. I haven't felt 100% this morning because I've got lots of things on my mind, lots of things that I want to do. Weekends for me can be a real frustrating time because there's things that I want to get on with. I can't wait to get back to it. And I was thinking about going back today, and then I looked at the weather, but it hasn't rained. But I think it's going to be good tomorrow. And I'm not going to tell Alison, but I might actually think about going back tomorrow. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do it or not. Lynn, thanks for joining, and everybody, that Michael and Bailey, thank you, all of you, for joining this morning. Steve Burrows, Tommy Burford, just saying, all of you. Steve Burrows popped down to see me. Dan, the procrastinating DIYer, thanks for joining this morning. Stan Bugger, John, sorry, John, missed this one. Best luck. Stan, no problem at all. We're just about to shut down now. But remember, before we go, if you think you would like this half mask on your jobs, right? Thank you, Steve. If you would like this now, right, just comment below. Just tell me why you think that you should have. That's what I want to know. This is a half mask. This is going to save your life, all right? And it's going to save your future, and your future with your grandchildren as well. Listen, we all want a happy life, and we're also giving away a Snickers shirt. This is from Start Safety in Worcester. Get over to their website, have a look. There is a discount code, JB05 or JB07. We'll find out what it is. Neil says, great show. Neil, it was all right this morning. It was okay. It was a bit slow to start for me this morning because I had a little bit of a meeting last night, and I had a couple of beers, like, you know, only a couple, and I had a great meeting last night with a customer. Thumbs up, says Stan. So get on there, have a look. There we are. I don't want any favourites. But drop us an email as well. But I'm going to be picking somebody after that I'm going to send this to. Lynn, no problem at all. We want to help. We're going to start doing some more giveaways, and maybe, all right. I've got some tools in there in the undisclosed location, right? Can't say where it is because it's undisclosed. Maybe we're going to give away some tools, or maybe what we should do is have a raffle, okay, on it, and just see if we can do it that way, because I think we want people to work for it a little bit, don't we? So maybe we'll start doing a raffle on it. For the next few weeks, we're going to do some giveaways. Steve Burrows, pop down and see me. There is a suction cup somewhere waiting for you in there if you want to use it, mate. You know where I am. Thanks very much. Thanks for joining. It's been a pleasure having you on here. Till next time, see you soon. Be safe. And whatever you do, if you're going to say anything, make sure it's nice. And you, Tommy, have a great one. All the best.